Hi friends, it's Jess with Our Bipolar. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, just a little about me. I have bipolar 1 and I was diagnosed 25 years ago when I was a sophomore in college. And today I'm finally doing an update about my Seroquel weight gain video that I published about 8 months ago. But before we dive right in, I'm gonna ask you to please subscribe to my channel, like this video if you like my content, and comment. I try to reply to all the comments. The last that I talked to you about Seroquel weight gain was back in August, and I had seen my psychiatrist. My psychiatrist said that I had gained 30 pounds over a few years due to taking Seroquel, which you might know is an antipsychotic, and also I was taking a beta blocker, which was metoprolol, and I was actually taking that for migraine. Now, it's a heart medication, and it really slows down your metabolism. So when I started that a few years ago with the Seroquel, I had gained 30 pounds over a few years. And this was becoming a problem. My cholesterol was going up. I have diabetes type 2 and heart disease in my family, and high cholesterol can lead to that. So, and I was just not feeling good about myself. I was trying so hard to lose weight. I was eating right as much as you can on Seroquel, and I was exercising 5 times a week, and I was still gaining weight. So something had to be done. My psychiatrist said that because I really couldn't go off the Seroquel, it really was helping my bipolar a whole lot, that I would either need to go off the beta blocker or start Ozempic. I'm sure you know what Ozempic is, but Ozempic can have a lot of problems with it as well. There are tons of side effects with Ozempic, and the weight loss can be temporary. Once you go off it, a lot of people gain that weight back. So what happened was I contacted my migraine specialist, and I saw him in September, and he agreed right away to take me off the beta blocker. He was like, "Oh, that doesn't seem like it's helping you much anyway." And I was like, "Yeah, it isn't." So I'm thinking, why was I on it for so long? But anyway, he agreed to take me off the metoprolol, and you have to wean off of it. So it took me until about, I think, mid-October to wean off of that. And then as soon as I got off the metoprolol, I was surprised. For the first time in years, I was able to lose some weight. I think pretty quickly I lost about 5 pounds. So then November hit, Thanksgiving hit, and right after Thanksgiving, I got a really bad case of bronchitis, and it lasted for an entire month. And for that month, I could not exercise at all. So my weight loss stalled very quickly. So I came to realize that because I was still on the Seroquel, I was not able to lose weight unless I was exercising a lot. So at this point, I wasn't exercising at all, and the weight loss stopped immediately. I got better right around Christmas, and at that point, you know, it was the holidays, and I just decided to kind of wait until January to really try to start losing weight again. So January came, and I did start to lose a couple more pounds, but then I had to up my Seroquel. Now, I only had to up it the tiniest bit. I take 25 milligrams of Seroquel daily, so I upped it by a quarter of a pill, which is about 6 more milligrams. So I went up to about 30 milligrams. Immediately, the weight loss stopped. So I happened to have an appointment with my psychiatrist around that time, and I mentioned this to him, not thinking the Seroquel had anything to do with it, because it was a tiny amount, right? Well, he said that is why the weight loss stopped. And he said, yes, he realizes that's a very small amount to go up, but for me, for someone who is so sensitive to medication, that is the reason I had stopped losing weight. And just so you know, full transparency, The reason I had to up my Seroquel at that time is because I was coaching my daughter's Odyssey of the Mind team, and originally I had another coach helping me, and that person, who was my husband, was pretty sick at the time, and so I was coaching alone, and this was very stressful for me, and I was starting to worry about going into hypomania. So I had to up my dose, and of course under my doctor's care. And so that's what happened. So I kept exercising, but I really couldn't lose any weight. And her team wasn't going to be going to their regional tournament until the beginning of March. So I really didn't lose any weight from the end of January through all of February. So then March came, my daughter's team was no longer having to practice at our house every week. There was no stress involved with that. And I started losing weight again. So I still haven't lost that much weight. I mean, I kind of thought I would have lost more weight by now, but of the 30 pounds I gained on the combination of the beta blocker, metoprolol, and Seroquel, I have now lost 10 pounds. And it's a little frustrating, but at the same time, I haven't lost weight in years despite everything I was trying to do. So it's exciting. It is exciting to have lost 10 pounds. You know, some of my clothes are fitting much better. I feel hope. I feel like, okay, this can happen. I know the Seroquel is holding me back, but it is happening a little bit. And I would be very happy if I could lose just another 10 pounds. I realize now that I may not lose all the weight that I gained. And for me, that's okay. I mean, I was a very tiny human when all this began. So if I can only lose 20 of the 30 pounds, I will be fine with that as long as my health is okay. I did have lab work done recently, and I was able to get my cholesterol checked, and my cholesterol has gone down a little bit, but not as much as I would have hoped. So it went down about 8 points, and that was in my LDL. So it went down 8 points, which is great, but my cholesterol is still kind of borderline high. So I really hope with continued diet and exercise and losing weight that my cholesterol will keep going down and my risk of diabetes type 2 and heart disease will keep going down, and I won't have to go on any cholesterol lowering medicine. So I think that brings us up to date. Now, please go back and watch the original Seroquel weight gain video. If you haven't seen it, I will link it down in the description box. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.